Yeah, good morning everybody. It's Big Jim here. It's a Sunday morning, fairly early, 8:05 in the morning. And I'm just going out somewhere just for a couple of hours in Poppy, the London Taxi International TX2 on a 2003 plate. Welcome aboard. I thought I'd tried to put one up yesterday, and for some reason it wouldn't accept. Are you twisted there? Hang on, that's it. It wouldn't accept it for whatever reason, so I had to delete it. So I'll try again today with this one. You'll probably see, if you've read all the others, that there's a guy called James who has had problems getting insurance. He's got an ex-Edinburgh TX1, which is earlier than this, and he's fighting tooth and nail and claw to get insurance on it. Him and myself have been chatting away, and I put our messages are all on down there on a previous video. You'll see that about the troubles he's had, and also the troubles that I've had with exactly the same. I gave him the number of a couple of brokers, and eventually he's picked for one. And even him, I said, with all his years experience driving, no claims bonus, has only managed to get it for £500, same as me, for insurance, and he's got third party fire and theft on his. So it just goes to show you the hassle that you can have in getting insurance on these. There is no magic bullet. You've just really got to suck it and see. But you won't have, as I said before, too many things to phone or people to phone, because there aren't that many brokers, specialist brokers, that actually deal with ex-London taxis on a social and domestic pleasure or a classic car insurance. It is annoying, it really is, because as I've said, this cab, you know, it takes forever to get where it wants. I mean, you know, 0 to 60 time, forget that. I mean, you just amble and bumble along. They're not designed for that. But they decreed that's the price they're going to set, around that mark. If any of you have managed to get it for a lot cheaper with another broker, please just put a message down there. I did join, as I said, the London Vintage Taxi Association, and I have got about 2 or 3 names that I've never heard of before, and I will dig that out, and on the next video I'll put them up there. And if you have any success with that, if you could just let us know, we'd all be appreciated for when we come round for renewal next year. And that would help if we could get it somewhat cheaper. Apart from that, oh yeah, a little story during the week. I went to turn into I came out of my house where I lived, took one left-hand turn, and as I did, all the steering all went stiff as a post and started chundering and chattering. I sort of pulled over on the side of the road, and the first thing I done was obviously check the power steering fluid, because I thought the pump might have gone. And the excuse me, the sight glass was completely empty. The container, little vessel, and I thought, oh, I've got a leak. So I had a look underneath quickly, and I couldn't find a leak or nothing. So I've topped it up. There's no such thing as evaporation. I mean, it's a sealed system. All I'm thinking is that when I got it, it might have been really, really low. And I must admit, I did look at the sight glass, and I saw a mark on it, and I thought that mark was the level of fluid, and that was like between the full and the minimum, which is only a very, very small amount. And so I took that as read that everything was all right without unscrewing the vessel and checking it. It might have been that it'd gone below that. I don't know, but at the moment, because it's power steering, fortunately, it's all up on the front side of the engine, and I can see if there's any leaks. I've topped it up earlier during the week, and remember today is Sunday, and haven't seen any splashes or marks underneath the cab when I've come down in the morning, so it's a bloody mystery. I'll keep my eye on it anyway. I mean, PSF fluid is not expensive. I think I picked it up for about, I think it was about 2 litres, and I think I got it for about a tenner, so I was happy with that. So I've stuck it in anyway, and I'm gonna check her just to make sure that she's okay, and then we don't have no, you know, this reoccurring, because to drive this old girl for a long distance with no power steering, apart from the damage that you might do in the long run, excuse the bumps, it'd be a nightmare. I've come out early this morning because there's we call it a boot fair. The Americans might call it a yard sale, I think, which is basically there's quite a few cars here today as well. Loads of people, a heck of a lot of people that are all here to sell their wares, sell their bits and pieces. I come here quite a lot. The reason I come here is because I like to A, have a rummage around, but B, I try and look for anything for the cab. And it's surprising what you can find down here. Today I'm primarily looking for a set of sunglasses. You might say, well, you've already got a pair, Jim, and I've seen you in a couple of other pairs, but last Sunday I went out on the boat. A friend of mine's got a boat, and we went off down the River Arun, and we cast off, and then we pulled in to fill up the outboard, which wasn't a problem. I went to get it back in the boat, and as I went in to get into the boat pushed away from the dock, and you've probably guessed it, me not being a lightweight either, I ended up going between the boat and the dock, and ended up, it was quite a fast running tide, and I got dragged underneath and basically pushed against some big boats. Fortunately, I am a strong swimmer, but to fight against the River Arun was a bit of a hard one. But anyway, there was no problem. I mean, I got a scratch on or dent on my leg, and also some damage to my flipping knee. And it was my pride that more smarted. Anyway, it was quite fun, and we did laugh about it. Everything was okay, but in the melee, I lost my Ray-Bans, which were about a year old, and that's smarted because I got them direct from Italy, from the manufacturers, and they cost me 130 quid, and they went in the water. And they're probably down the bottom of the River Arun somewhere, which is really, really frustrating. But so today I'm up here just to have a look and see what I can see, anything taxi-wise, and also if I can get myself a decent pair of glasses. If not, I'm going to have to take the plunge again and get another one, and this time put put some rubber around so it doesn't fall off. Well, not a lot else to report. The old taxi's going like a good one. She's going absolutely fine. She's pulling, you know, everything she should do. She's starting now. She's stopping. She's still great fun to drive. Yeah, she's just a lovely. She's just a lovely. It's a lovely tool to own. So if you're thinking of getting one, read all what we've put up here so far. Read the comments as well from other would-be people that want to own one or do own one, and then make your own mind up. And if you have any questions, just put them down below, and if I can't answer them, I'm sure there's someone up here that will be able to answer some of your comments and questions. Right, I'll cut this one short because it's just after 8:15 in the morning, and I'm going to get myself a coffee to kickstart myself into gear. The weather here looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to be a nice day here today, and so we're going to have a wander around just for an hour or so and see how things go. Alright, I'll try and stick this one up here, and hopefully, if I can, you will get... This will be up by later on today. If not, I'll have to try and do something else, won't I? Alright, everybody, thanks a lot for joining me on this one, and we will do it all very, very soon again. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye.